Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jedanfi Arcadia Zein, and I am from 50 Junior High. Today, I'll be narrating a legend of which I'm sure many of you are familiar with or have at least heard before, one originating in Pantai Air Manis or the Sweetwater Beach in the city of Padang. Without further ado, let's get started, shall we? In the olden days, long, long before any of us were born, there lived a small boy. This boy was born in a small fishing village located on the western shores of Sumatra. The beach, the place where ardent waves end up as brisk foam around your ankles, the place where you can hear seagulls cawing in the distance, you get the point. And when his mother first laid eyes on him after he was born, oh boy, was she reborn. The boy was named Malin Kundang. Now, he grew up in poverty, but thanks to his mother's efforts, Malin eventually developed into a fine young gentleman. He was intelligent, he was upright, and some could even say he was rather elegant. He was greatly adored by his mother and admired by all of the other inhabitants of their town. But like many young men with restless hearts, Malin had great ambitious dreams of soon venturing out of the village to find a better life. One day, he was walking and he came across this boat anchored at their docks. Then suddenly, it all clicked. He was not about to let this one chance slip away. Oh no, so off he went to go plead with his mother to let him go to the city. His mother was reluctant, to say the least. One part of her feared that something might happen to her boy if she let him go to the city, but the other part of her also knew that she couldn't hold him back, or else he wouldn't be able to progress. After much thought, Malin's mother finally decided to agree to let him go to the city, and in return, Malin promised her two things. Number one, that he would never forget her, and number two, that he would return to visit the village again someday. And with that, the two exchanged their final goodbyes as he boarded the ship and his mother watched as the ship sailed away. I'm sure many parents can relate to this feeling, not wanting to let your children go, seeing how grown they've become after all these years. It's a feeling we must grapple with sooner or later. From that day onwards, Malin's mother would stand at the edge of the pier every morning. Every single morning, mind you. She would pray for his safety, wishing that he would arrive safely. Even as several years passed by without hearing from her boy, she continued to wait patiently with this hope that clung so bravely. On one fateful day, a grand, luxurious cruise ship came by the island. It was grand, golden, and unlike anything the villagers had ever seen before. From it stepped a nobleman dressed in exquisite clothing and a beautiful woman by his side. It was none other than Malin Kundang, who had finally come to visit after all these years. His mother was ecstatic and hurried over to pull her son into a warm embrace. But instead of accepting her love, he forcefully pulled himself away from his very own mother. How could this be? In truth, Malin was ashamed of his mother's dirty and ragged clothing. He worried about what his beautiful wife would think, and so he refused to acknowledge this woman as his mother. Can you imagine how she felt in that very moment? The very person you gave birth to denying you simply because of how you looked? Mother's fragile heart had crumbled. Without so much as a goodbye, the couple went back to the ship and sailed away. She had one final prayer. If the man on that boat was truly her son, then may God's justice be bestowed upon him that very night. Soon after, a dark storm arose. Thunder roared, lightning cracked, then all of a sudden, zap! A bolt of lightning had struck Malin Kundang's ship, completely destroying it. In the next morning, when the wreckage washed ashore, among the pieces of the ship was a stone, one that resembled a man kneeling. Malin Kundang had been cursed and turned to stone for his behavior towards his mother. The moral of the story is, don't forget the sacrifices your parents have made for you guys. Seriously. Always respect your parents no matter what. Thank you for your attention, and that is my story. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.